everything that's going on, because Lil Cam, free Lil Cam, man. You can't pick no sides at the end of the day, man. You can't really look at Jay Prince Sr. and say nothing about what he got going on, because he know for a fact everybody already got on his bumper. They already had him explain himself 5-6 times. Next thing you know, Quavo, he's gonna clear the man's name, like at the end of the day, because he wasn't there. So this is why he's excluded from this what's going on. But I still don't like the fact that he's speaking on something and he wasn't even there at the scene to even see what's going on. I want y'all to really pay attention to the whole situation, because if you look at everything, by the GDs pulling up the way that they pulled up, it goes to show they have no tight security. You gotta have your security down packed. You gotta have your security on guard. That's why Takeoff, he should have had at least 4 or 5 security guards with him. He know for a fact that ain't nobody from the hood can save him. Like at the end of the day, we know for a fact he was drinking, and everybody know for a fact that he was off the lean, man. Like, we already know this, man. So I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, because this is something that it could have easily been avoided. And we know for a fact that Takeoff, he didn't want nobody to real life get him in the midst of no shootout or nothing like that. He didn't want them to even put him in a situation that he couldn't get himself up out of. So I want y'all to really look at this and really pay attention to everything that's going on, because this could really be something that could be avoided. People play games when people know for a fact that when you keep somebody waiting, just like if you waiting on somebody to bring you something, you feel me? Mob ties gonna look soft if they don't clap back. Like at the end of the day, they already went on all them interviews, and we know for a fact them 4 people who walked in there, them was the main ones who told Saweetie, you need to keep your mouth closed. At the end of the day, we know for a fact you can't talk to nobody girl like that. You know what comes behind that. That's why Quavo, he instantly should have came in there and clapped back at him. Like at the end of the day, he ain't have to real life go in on him, but he could have checked him. It was 4 people that came in the side door, and next thing you know, Saweetie, she turned to Quavo. She told him, like, don't put me in none of this beef that you got going on, because I have stuff to lose. Like, you really got to understand, this is nothing that I wanted to get into. Next thing you know, Cardi B, she come out. She try to squash and diffuse the whole situation. She knew for a fact, everybody who played a role in this, they was the main ones who was standing right there when Takeoff got sunk up. You can't have people around you and you know for a fact that these people not loyal. People will literally get you into something and literally you can't get up out of it. You have to understand this is a revolving door, and we have to open our eyes and realize
the ops real life be hanging with your best friend, and they'll be the ones that turn on you at the end of the day, and anybody can vouch on the receipts. People know that the receipts show everything that has to be shown. So y'all really got to look at the fact that this is something that we need to take heed to, because we don't want it to be hot outside. At the end of the day, man, soon summertime come. Ain't no, hey, look, 12 ain't riding around no time. Soon summertime run around. Next thing you know, whole block high. Y'all got to understand, man, the reason the people be even on the block and study bending the blocks, looking for anybody with Drakes, any Glock, anything. Y'all gotta understand, the 12, they'll sit right there and spin a block every time, man, looking for specific people that be making them songs. Y'all gotta understand, they watch the internet too, man. So for everybody who think that 12 ain't on the internet, man, they is. This is something we need to really pay attention to. And if we really look at it, we don't want to see them in this situation. You see just what happened to K-Dog. Y'all gotta understand, man, this is something that we really need to pay attention to, because if we don't pay attention and take heed to it, something gonna happen, man, and we don't want nothing to happen. Y'all gotta understand, man, we still got people who out there in the street who still doing what they doing. I'm in Memphis right now. Y'all gotta really pay attention to what's going on, man, because this will mess you up in the end if you follow the wrong path, man. Like, if you make careless mistakes and you still out there toting poles, you can get sent up at any moment because it ain't no, man, they ain't playing for, look, they ain't playing with nobody. I'm going to just be straight up with y'all. They not playing with nobody. At the end of the day, PRE know what happened. PRE know what went on. Key Glock knew who was in that black car. So y'all gotta really pay attention to this, man. And I can't really say too much on the information because we not trying to get nobody like looked at. We ain't trying to put no target on nobody. At the end of the day, the target is on Yo Gotti for the simple fact that Yo Gotti was the main one who did like the biggest plan ever. Knock the whole crew off. Y'all gotta understand, if you knock the whole PRE crew off, it'll be over with. Like, but they said like, okay, we gonna sit here and knock Dolph off. Since Dolph the head of, you take the head off, man, and the body gonna fall, man. At the end of the day, we know this. This is something we know. And how many times am I gonna keep telling you guys, man? Y'all gotta really watch who you hang around because them will be the ones that snake you. Big Moochie Grape know what's going on. Big Moochie Grape know he was in that backseat of that black car. Y'all gotta understand, man. CMG K-Dog ain't deserve that, but at the same time, it's Dolphins, man. Throw them Dolphins in the chat, man. Y'all gotta throw them Dolphins in the chat, man. At the end of the day, man, I don't want to see no side. I don't pick a side. At the end of the day, I rock with Dolph more than I rock with PRE. Y'all gotta understand that, man. At the end of the day, we need to really pay attention to what's going on. And like I said, they be out there tweaking. And if they keep on tweaking, man, they gonna end up being with the wrong people, man. And y'all know how they is, man. They riding around with fullies, man. If they weren't riding around with fullies, it would, like, you wouldn't have nothing to worry about. But at the end of the day, we all know that this is something that's been going on for a minute now. And can't nobody really stop it for the simple fact that we all know that everybody in tour with their old friends. We know this. At the end of the day, man, we gotta be mindful of who we hang with.
And they keep saying they around the corner. Like, y'all gotta understand, people has to be loyal throughout the whole situation. But at the end of the day, we already know what we dealing with. We dealing with people who real life, they looking at you like, use the clown, use the goofy. But at the end of the day, this is something that could easily be avoided just by cutting them off. You ain't even got to deal with it. That's why I always say, QCP, the whole label, once he sold that, it was over with. Because Lil Baby already said, man, if I had to sign the mob ties, I ain't really rocking. I'm finna move out of Atlanta. And I wouldn't blame him because we already know for a fact that if Takeoff would have real life sat there and knew that they was gonna sell the whole QC, he would have real life got up out that deal. I know a lot of people know that Coach K, he was the main one who said Takeoff shouldn't have went out there. But you can't really place your finger on that. One reason you can't do that because if he cared that much about Takeoff, he would have never let him win out there from the first beginning, like from the jump. Like, I want y'all to look at this, man. Ain't too many people who realize sit back and go somewhere with no security knowing that they got the bag. If you got the bag, you gotta protect the bag. You real life gotta not have on sunglasses while you up in the building. You feel me? With the cup. Like, at the end of the day, y'all drinking all type of stuff, man. Y'all turning up, y'all partying. It's no way that you should be off your square. RIP Takeoff, because I know for a fact that I'm from the street, so I know that if you off your square, you ain't really you ain't doing what you gotta do while you out in public, cause you turning up, you teeing up with the female. Like, at the end of the day, you know your people gonna protect you, and your people are supposed to be right there to protect you. Everybody from the hood know that. You gonna watch everybody who came with you. You gonna lead with everybody who came with you. If your homies don't lead, you don't lead. Everybody know that Migo Bands, he the main one. He the main one. Like, at the end of the day, he the main one. Like, y'all gotta really put this into consideration, because ain't nobody finna go out there and chase him. Ain't nobody finna go and chase him. Everybody know for a fact that he hiding out. And we already know where he hiding out at. Like, y'all gotta really look at this, man. Because everybody know for a fact that Migo Bands, he gonna have to come out one day. And the reason I say that is because they want a statement from Migo Bands on why did he pull that Blicky out.
Coach K was the main one who told J Prince Sr. like, hey, you need to be cool because even though we ain't rocking with Offset like that, we still got love for Offset and his family because we watched them boys grow up. At the end of the day, we can all look at the fact they didn't show no remorse when they did what they did to Takeoff. It's no talking. It's up, it's stuck. At the end of the day, I know for a fact that Quality Control, they looking at everybody who outside of their label. Anybody who in mob ties who has something to do with Takeoff getting sent up, they on they bumper. Like at the end of the day, we know for a fact the feds ain't taking this too lightly because you can't get mad when a person retaliate when you the one who threw the rock and hit your hand. Hey, if you rockin' with Takeoff, I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. They ain't show no sympathy when J Prince Jr. walked over Takeoff and went in there and told old girl, come on in here. Like real talk, like at the end of the day, don't try to act like y'all care so much by speaking out and basically trying to squash everything that's going on. No. Keep it the way it is. Match that same energy that y'all gave. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that mob ties, it was too many people there who knew what was going on and literally sat there and watched everything transpire the way that it did when everything could have easily been avoided, or somebody could have spoke out and been like, hey man, you know what? Let's just go back in the bowling alley, man. This ain't even where it's at. This ain't even the type of energy we bringing. Y'all supposed to show a person courtesy. That's why Sauce Walka spoke out and said, why didn't y'all basically treat them and have them feeling good when they came to y'all city? Takeoff know for a fact that if Offset was with them, Offset would have saw everything that was going on. He would have saw the play that was in motion before it even happened. Perhaps, do you guys really think that if Takeoff would have stayed in the studio or stayed back with QCP, that he would have never got sent up or got? Do you think this would have happened like that? Do you think Migo Bands would have reacted the way that he reacted? Because in all actual reality, we know for a fact Migo Bands was only protecting Takeoff. If y'all think that he was protecting Takeoff when he upped the move before they even threw a punch or anything, I want y'all to let me know. Hit the like button. I want y'all to really pay attention to the way J Prince Sr. even jumped up and basically came at Sauce Walka and told him like, you ain't have to show up like this, man. I told you I was gonna talk to you behind closed doors. So I wanna let y'all know everybody that's involved in this, like people playing their part. And Migo Bands, he looking at Quavo like, man, it's all because of you. You was the main one who had to open your mouth as soon as we left out the bowling alley. This all could have easily been avoided. J Prince Sr., he's very damaged and devastated by the allegations that his son Junior walked over Takeoff. Like, I want to let everybody know one thing, and from the article, from all of the statements that was put out in this Rico case, J Prince Sr. say, you know, one of the biggest lies that was told, he walked by Takeoff body wide as if he was laying there heartless and didn't care. At the end of the day, you guys, I want y'all to really be mindful of this because J Prince Sr., he said on Gavin the Business podcast, he said, in reality, Junior, my cousin Michael, that's here with me, they was there with Takeoff from the beginning to the end. I know, at the end of the day, we know Quavo was there from the beginning to the end. And Quavo was the one who basically initiated everything from what the video's showing. Now, we can't act like we ain't see that video. Get sent up. At the end of the day, a lot of people been sitting there saying, like, these people caused this upon themselves. They in their face, but apply no pressure. You see what I'm saying? This make me really think that Offset should have just went in on them. Like, at the end of the day, you don't talk about nobody's family like that. You don't even sit there and you can't go out there and put your neck out there for nobody who ain't your family. Like, at the end of the day, you can't speak upon. Offset walked in there 3 deep. You can't get mad at him for going to check up on the status of everything that happened with his nephew. Respectfully, he walked up in there under a certain criteria to the point where he was only 3 deep. There's no way they should have even called security. And J. Prince Jr., his little cousin, he was the main one who ran at the back. All Offset wanted was the footage and to basically let them know, G-check them about, don't come to his girl, don't ever sidestep and come to nobody girl and question they girl about no business that y'all got going on behind closed doors. It's a lot of people out here don't really understand the fact that life's too short. You gotta open your eyes to the fact that Takeoff got sent up at his untimely demise. RIP Takeoff, man, because Quavo's sitting there looking at the fact like, I rock with mob ties harder than I rock with my own family. The manager at Billers and Bowls didn't even want to let him in. Like,
for real, all that this stuff is real deep, bro. And now, okay, everybody want to be the man, right? But when everything hit the fan, though, bro, when it comes down to all that, watch what everybody gonna do, bro.
They gonna duck their tail. They gonna real life fall back and they gonna try to clean up and cover up everything that went on at the bowling alley and everybody saw the video. Do we have to remind them again that Lil Cam ran up behind Takeoff and Lil Cam was with the security that's supposed to been protecting Takeoff?
Yeah, it's obvious, bro, that was on y'all watch, bro. That's just like I'm from Illinois, I'm from Chicago. Okay, and vice versa. You came down here on my time, and I'm supposed to pay for your security, and my entourage gonna handle everything. And then if something happened to you, and you come down here on my time, and I'm supposed to have your back, bro, how this gonna make? When everything hit the fan, how this gonna make everything look, bro? And it's just I duped the jewel and everything. Man, for real, those real serious, bro. I want to see my comments though, bro.
Yeah, because it's real live. It's heating up for Houston. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that it's a revolving door, man. And I know for a fact that people sitting back looking at it like, why would Mike Prince start really like exposing what's going on in the case? That's why Offset spoke out. Offset only said something because they did 5 interviews, and people can really look at that and be like, hold on, why'd y'all study doing interviews basically saying how like Takeoff family feel when really they ain't even talk to the family? Offset exposed it.
Man, it's crazy, man. You heard me, bro, cause like I say now and then, you know, when it first hit the fan, I'm just saying like how they was saying with Houston, how they was saying with the police force and a lot of, because they family got a lot of ties. So
they
friends say anything. I had y'all speaking on a man who ain't no kin to y'all, and then they said Offset ain't been around him all his life. Come on now, man. Be real logical about this, man. Be for real about this, because if you really pay attention to it, we know for a fact that the fans labeling mob ties as a game. Like, we know this, man. And they realize looking at it like, them boys gonna catch a Rico. You see what happened to Thug. You see what happened to everybody who thought it was sweet, especially after some other past interviews declined. They declined any interview for mob ties. So I want to let y'all know, man, the receipts is here, man. If you want to come on the panel, come on the panel. Let me know how you feel. He had 4 interviews, that's too much. And just like you said, Corey Parker, Gilly and Wallow, hey, that was, hey, you know what type of contract that was at the end of the day. That little bingo, hey, you right. I just don't understand. I can't seem to figure out, like, why is it montage study coming up at everything that go on? Like, real talk. We know for a fact that Offset been dealing with a lot of this stuff for the past few days, man. Don't nobody want to have to wake up and go through that every single day. Jay Prince Jr. regret even doing the interview on Gilly the Kid's show, man. And the fact is, don't nobody think that Lil Cam gon' real life do no real time for that, man. The only reason why the feds is thinking about questioning Gilly and Wallow is for one reason. They exposed too much. He could have instantly told them to disclose less information as possible. But did Jay Prince expose Mob Ties, Motive, and Takeoff over Rico case? Yes, he did. Like at the end of the day. Say salute to the art of war. Hey, I want to let y'all know one thing that I sit back and really realize. I realized the fact that they ain't letting up on that man, because even though Migo Vance ain't spoke out right away, even though Takeoff sat back and said, you know what, they did that to my people, but we gonna realize, we gonna get out and get back regardless of what's going on. They not John Gotti, they ain't the mob. For some reason, Jay Prince think they the mob. Like, people need to pay attention to what's going on, man, because that ain't nothing but a target on your back, man, at the end of the day. Said they ain't asked no real question. They didn't ask no real question. Everything was steered towards a certain narrative. I want y'all to really look at that, because everything that we know about this case, the evidence points right to everybody who was there, who was a part of Mob Ties, because they were supposed to be his security. Am I right or am I wrong? You can't hide this. You can't make this up. And I know I do a lot of capping, but in all actual reality, man, they told on themselves. Like, everything that was told, it came straight from the horse's mouth. How you think Takeoff's sister feel about this, man? How you think Offset and his baby mama Cardi B feel about this, man? They the ones who gotta sit back and mourn for this man. At the end of the day, folks, like, we know for a fact that people need to realize, fall back and stop really putting themselves out there, putting their life in jeopardy. We can't be going to these different states thinking people gonna protect you that you don't know. You cannot be going to, it say the feds are already on them Mob Ties rapper lot. They've been on them for the longest. For one reason. They've been putting in a lot of work, and a lot of bodies been realized. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hey man, breaking news. Hey, I want to let y'all know, Sauce Walker, he spoke to Jay Prince Sr. He spoke about Sauce Walker. He already stated that he down with everything that's going on, as far as he knows everybody who's involved and what happened with Takeoff. Offset, he pulled up. He had a few words to say. He really didn't want to say much, because Jay Prince Sr., he didn't want to squash the beef. He wanted to keep talking around, basically getting down to the bottom of everything that went on. So I want to let everybody know that the walls closing in on them. The plot for them to take out Takeoff, it kind of backfired once he opened his mouth. Like everybody always say, if you from the streets, you don't talk about the streets. If you in the streets, man, stay in the streets and lay low, man, because you know for a fact that it's people out here who want to take you out the game. And one thing that Jay Prince Sr., he messed up on, he literally said out his mouth, and quote unquote, Lil Cam should have never been at that party. But at the same time, Takeoff should have never been with Quavo. If you pay attention to it, J Prince Sr. started tapping his bodyguard. Next thing you know, J Prince Jr., he looked over like, Daddy, you all right? You good? Why you sweating like that? But whole time, J Prince Sr., he already saw Sauce Walker walk in. Next thing you know, dude with the black shirt, he tell dude with the red shirt, like, go over there and whisper in J Prince Sr. ear and tell him, come in right quick. Take off. I just reviewed the second recording, you guys. I want you guys to really pay attention to this and on some straight hood criteria. Hey, I want y'all to really pay attention to what happened. Like, they walked in there on straight business, like straight up. The way mob ties move is like the way mob ties move is like no other. I want everybody to know that they waited outside for him. Like, at the end of the day, they was blocked in regardless of where they went. So while they was sitting down lacking like that, at the end of the day, we know for a fact that when you got your head turned to the opposite side of where the doorway at, and you know you from the streets and you know you got beef going on, you liable and subject to get whatever you got coming because you caused it. At the end of the day, we know for if you're new to the channel, hey, Jay-Z just did a power. Jay-Z just made a power play. I want to let everybody know, man, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hey, Gucci, man, pulled up on Jay-Z, let him know J Prince Sr. was wrong for everything that he said about Takeoff. And at the end of the day, we know for a fact that Quavo is the one who basically stopped mob ties from even going in on Migo Band. So with that being known, I want to let everybody know that the feds are stating that Quavo, he gave his side of the story. He let them know that Gucci Man basically in his corner. He gonna pay for whatever lawyers he has to pay for in order to get down to the bottom of everything that happened with Takeoff. So I want to let y'all know Jay-Z, he's supporting Gucci Man to the fullest. At the end of the day, we know this. Before this even happened, I want y'all to look at this, man. He already discussed the Takeoff. You need to watch everybody who Quavo associated himself with. Basically because the people on the other side of the fence, they look at the Migos like they're a sweet lick. Everybody know this for a fact. And in all actual reality, again, this no diss to nobody in mob ties. But from what just happened, this goes to show, like, within a matter of time, and it doesn't matter what happens, things still going to go down, especially if you from the streets. And for them already know that if you go to Houston, they got the laws where you can tote your own pistol. At the end of the day, you can have a gun on you. So a lot of people looking at Offset like, where did he get the move from? He got the move from Houston. They got local stores.